a cat glancing toward the door, a paw brushing past a shoe. But when you understand feline psychology, you start to see the deeper emotional world beneath those quiet moments. Cats may not speak our language, but they're always communicating, especially when they think no one's watching. And that's where some of the most honest, vulnerable behaviors happen. Today, we're decoding 10 things your cat does when you're not looking, and what they reveal about your bond, their instincts, and the secret ways they stay connected to you. Number 1. Sitting silently facing the door. You come home and find your cat sitting quietly, facing the entrance. No movement, no drama, just stillness. This isn't random. When cats sit like this near an entrance, they're not waiting for someone specific, they're guarding. This quiet act is part of what's called territorial anchoring. By positioning themselves near a key access point, your cat is reinforcing their control over the space, and, more importantly, ensuring that you're safe from unexpected intrusion. It's a behavior rooted in both instinct and affection. Even if you don't notice, your cat often takes on the role of a silent sentinel while you rest. Number 2. Placing their backside on your belongings briefly, then leaving. If you've ever seen your cat sit down on your jacket, your backpack, or even the laundry pile, just for a moment, then get up and walk away, you might have wondered what that was all about. This act isn't about comfort, it's about scent. More specifically, it's about imprinting their scent on something that smells like you. Your scent carries emotional weight for your cat. It's a marker of safety and familiarity. So, when your cat presses their body briefly against your items, they're blending their scent with yours. It's like leaving behind a quiet emotional signature that says, "You're still part of my world, even when you're not here." Have you ever noticed your cat doing this with your things? Tell me what object they seem to claim most often. I'd love to know. Number 3. Gently biting or licking your recently worn clothes. When your cat gently licks or nibbles on the clothes you just took off, like a shirt tossed on the bed or a pair of socks left on the floor, it's a quiet ritual tied to comfort and emotional closeness. Those clothes carry your scent, filled with natural oils and pheromones that your cat recognizes instantly. By licking or softly biting them, your cat is engaging in a kind of scent exchange, a way of weaving their identity with yours. This act creates a sense of shared territory and emotional reassurance. It's especially common when you're not around or have been gone longer than usual. To your cat, your scent is more than familiar, it's calming. Being near it helps them relax, feel connected, and stay anchored in a world that can sometimes feel unpredictable. It's similar to the way a child might hold on to a favorite blanket or stuffed toy. The texture, the scent, the routine, it all combines into a quiet moment of self-soothing. Number 4. Quietly relocating small items to the corners of rooms. Ever notice that a pen cap, a hair tie, or a small sock has somehow ended up tucked behind the couch or under a chair? If you live with a cat, you might be witnessing a behavior linked to security and emotional preparation. Some cats instinctively move small items to quiet corners, creating micro safe zones. These spots function like emotional caches, where your cat stores pieces of their environment that smell like you or that feel meaningful. It's a soft, thoughtful ritual that often happens when they miss you or anticipate your absence. Number 5. Smelling the floor where you just walked. To us, footsteps disappear the moment we walk away, but for your cat, each step you take leaves behind a trail of scent, one they notice, analyze, and often revisit. Cats experience the world through smell more than sight or sound, and their sense of smell is far more advanced than ours, 14 times stronger than humans. So when your cat leans down to sniff the floor right after you've walked by, they're not just recognizing your scent, they're checking in. They're analyzing your emotional state. Hormonal changes caused by stress, joy, or fatigue all subtly alter your scent. They may sniff with interest when you've had a long, difficult day, or nuzzle closer when you come home happy and relaxed. It's their way of staying connected, of staying tuned in. They use their nose like a listening device, quietly reading the room and reading you. So even if you come home and say nothing, your cat may already know whether you had a good day or a hard one. Number 6. Watching your reflection in glass or shadows. Sometimes your cat doesn't stare at you directly, but at your reflection. Maybe it's on the glass door, the shiny floor, or even a shadow. At first glance, this looks odd. but it reflects how cats use visual memory and subtle cues to stay connected. Cats are incredibly motion sensitive. They can track movement even when avoiding direct interaction. So if they're quietly watching you from a reflection, they're giving themselves the ability to stay near without interfering. This is especially common when they feel like you need space, but still want to be emotionally close. Number 7. Walking the path you usually stand on. Let's say you just left the kitchen, and moments later, your cat silently walks the same route you took. It's easy to brush this off, but in feline emotional language, it's actually a behavior called scent following. They're mapping the trail of your energy, your scent, your emotional footprint. Cats rely on these invisible trails to anchor their environment. By walking where you were, they're reinforcing the map that helps them feel safe in your shared territory. It's a small but powerful sign of how tightly attuned they are to your presence, even when you're not aware of it. Number 8. Watching you from a distance before approaching. We've all felt that familiar sensation when you realize your cat has been watching you from across the room. Then, as if nothing happened, they slowly walk over and curl beside you. This isn't hesitation, it's emotional scanning. Cats are incredibly observant, and before initiating contact, many will pause to read the room. They watch your posture, your movements, even your breathing. If they sense calm, they move closer. If they sense stress, they may wait. That long-distance gaze is your cat assessing the moment and deciding whether now is the right time to reconnect. Number 9. Inspecting the spot you just left. Maybe you get up from the couch and a minute later, your cat's already sniffing your seat. This isn't about stealing your warm spot, although they enjoy that too. What they're really doing is checking the emotional residue you left behind. Your body heat, combined with your scent, carries information your cat instinctively processes. It's their way of checking in with your presence, even when you're not physically there anymore. And often, they'll sit or sleep in that spot for comfort, because it still feels like you're close. Number 10. Vocalizing softly when they think you're not around. Some cats become quiet when you're near, but speak when they think you're gone. You might hear faint chirps, quiet meows, or little trills coming from another room. These are what I call emotional rehearsals. When cats vocalize softly while alone, they may be practicing how to call you, or soothing themselves with familiar tones. It's similar to how some people talk to themselves when feeling lonely or uncertain. These soft sounds are a vulnerable expression of need, and a sign that your absence is felt more deeply than you realize. We often think our cats are aloof or emotionally distant, but the truth is, they're quietly expressive in ways we rarely notice. Behind every small movement, behind every quiet pause or glance, is a world of meaning. When you take the time to decode these subtle signals, you begin to see just how deeply your cat is connected to you. And that emotional connection, it doesn't disappear when you're not looking, it deepens. If this video helped you see your cat in a new light, consider sharing it with someone else who lives with a feline companion. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel for more videos that bring you closer to your cat, one quiet signal at a time.